Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're going to be taking a look at r/surviving infidelity, where OP's cheating ex is now facing the consequences of her actions. Let's begin. My cheating ex got her karma, but I feel kinda sad though. Posted by Reddit user Signature.
3 weeks after D-Day and after 1 week after me initiating no contact after lashing out against the cheating fiancé and who she cheated with, I'm having trouble with my dreams and subconscious thoughts. Sleep has been fine, but every now and then I'll dream of her either reaching out to reconcile or getting intimate with me, sex and all. It's so vivid that it sometimes resets my progress. I usually wake up wanting to sleep some more to drown out the emotions or wanting to break NC to stalk or eventually accept her audacious olive branch of friendship. These goddamn dreams just won't cooperate with my healing process and keep resetting my progress. Everything else also keeps reminding me of her, from groceries, trips to the mall, most music, and even feelings like being stressed over work. I tried dating and rebounding, but every girl I meet with or talk to just reminds me of her and how each and every one of them lack qualities that I cherished in my ex. So, dating basically just made me miss her more and the sweet girl she was when she wasn't cheating on me. Any advice or support on how to suppress these nostalgic urges would be welcome, and I'd certainly appreciate any encouragement or reminder not to stay friends or reconcile with a serial cheater. First update. For a little background, my earliest post on this subreddit contains the whole story. Fiancé of 8 years cheated on me after we bought our own land to settle down before we get married. D-Day was roughly 1 month ago. I initiated no contact around the start of February, so basically, I'm 2 weeks in and slowly recovering. Anger is not as intense anymore. I feel like I'm in the sadness or grieving stage now. She was against this as she wanted to be friends, but I still blocked her on everything except Gmail because we amicably agreed, contract and everything, to split the finances for the land we bought back when I thought we were romantically stable. I did ask her to email me whenever it's about the land finances and to include full details so that there would be no need to resort to a messaging app. But then, out of the blue, my cheating ex-fiancé emailed me a cryptic Hangouts, pretty much implying me to unblock her on the app so we can talk. This was on February 15th, which to me still counts as Valentine's. Me being a sucker replied on email what it was about, since I can't just brush it off as it might be about the land we bought. No reply. So I bit the bullet and unblocked her on Hangouts and asked what it was about. No reply as well. It has been 3 full days since then, so my assumption was it wasn't really about the land, but either she just wanted a Valentine's Plan B date or she wanted to purposely give me anxiety and reset my recovery process. I even explicitly told her prior that me going no contact was for my recovery and for me to move on. Now the problem, of course, is that her gesture reset me and I now feel more anxious than ever, and the anger is also back. I just blocked her again in Hangouts and gave her an angry but composed email. It's insane how one small gesture can devastate me so much, and how she is abusing the land finances situation to possibly reel me back in as a plan B or just to mess with me. If my guess is right, what she's doing is just plain cruel and evil. Anyone here with exes doing the same to them? How do you keep on track and hop back on the recovery train quickly? I fear this is not the end of it, and I am bound to get more shitty emails from her until after we have completely sold off the land and split the money, a process that could take months. She's also the one handling the sale, so there's no other person I could contact regarding it. Second update. Life is unfair. She is unfair. Isolated me from what few friends I have left, and now I'm all alone. Even the mutual circle chose her, or she called dibs. My family is unavailable to me. Therapy is no option. All alone. Meanwhile, she gets to have an extensive support system. Family and friends who accepted and condoned what she did even after she cheated on me and dumped me for another guy she barely knew. So I'm here stuck in the puddle of my own sadness, contemplating sending myself to the shadow realm, while she gets to distract herself and heal instantly. Travel, party, have sex, date, and her endless line of companions and support who tolerated what she did. She knew full well that I was introverted, even knew that at some point I occasionally became depressed. She didn't care back then and never comforted me. I tried no contact, but a few days ago she suddenly reached out after 3 weeks with an olive branch of friendship and concern for my mental well-being. She didn't care about that when we were together. Why care now? I rejected her friendship and blocked her. Felt worse since I let her reset my progress with false hopes and breadcrumbs. I felt even worse knowing that she's having the best time of her life with her support system, and after I basically made her financially secure by helping her get into my line of work. I feel so used, and now that she didn't need me, she threw me away like a dish rag. 8 years down the drain, all because she got nothing out of me anymore. Cheaters win plenty, don't they? Robbed me of my soul, my future, my love, and nearly everything I had. Now they get to enjoy their spoils. Fuck this, I didn't deserve this. All I wanted was someone to grow old with and a normal family. Now I feel more alone than ever for wanting that and working towards it. Thoughts of ending it suddenly seem more comforting, even helped put myself to sleep at one point. Life is unfair. Karma doesn't seem to exist. Help me get through this. This is the only support I have now. Third update. Well, 2 months into an on and off no contact, and she reached out asking how I was amidst a lockdown in our country. I didn't reply. The next day she messaged me again asking the same. I would have jumped at the opportunity to communicate with her, but I know she's still dating the person she dumped me for. She overlapped us, basically cheated. They're probably even holed up together keeping each other occupied during the month-long lockdown. Should I respond to her? I feel like I'm at a crossroads here. She has done this reaching out before in the earlier stages of no contact, but at a different and safer circumstance where she breadcrumbed me. She asked how I was and even escalating to wanting to get back together while she's still with the other guy, but changing her mind the next day about it. I feel like I'm going to reset my healing progress with false hopes of reconciliation if I talk to her.
The fact that you have any hope left in your life is your most admirable quality.
She explicitly told me that she wanted to be friends despite what she did to me, which to me was her just wanting to keep me in the back burner. I refused that. Should I respond to show her I still care, or would that just be feeding her ego more? All I know is that I'm going to be more messed up if my responding doesn't result in our reconciliation, or if it results in a hot and cold behavior from her. I need advice on how to proceed. Short update, I posted a week ago about my ex-fiancé who contacted me during a lockdown in our country, and then contacted me again after I did not respond. I also did not respond to that since she has breadcrumbed me many times while I was doing no contact. However, just today, she started chatting up and adding my relatives, just my cousin for now, on Facebook since I did not respond to her email messages and because I blocked her on everything else. Now my cousin is asking me what to say to her and whether to reply or not. I fear she might start messaging my friends or my other family members asking about me if my cousin and I don't handle this well. I was just wondering, could this be genuine concern since she was so persistent, or is this just no contact working its magic and giving her anxiety now that I'm out of her life? And what the hell do I say to my cousin on what to reply to her? Fourth update. I just needed to get this out. It's causing me a bit of anxiety not having anyone to talk to about what happened to me last night. Some advice or insight is welcome too. I know my friends and family are now experiencing compassion fatigue with me, so I turn here instead. A little background. My ex of 8 years left me back at the end of January for a guy she was having an emotional affair with at the start of the year, among many other reasons that reek of quarter-life crisis. I've been in an on and off contact with her since February. She even breadcrumbed me and at one point asked to be back together via call, only to change her mind the next day. She was with the guy she replaced me with during all of this. Fast forward to yesterday, after ignoring her emails asking how I was amidst a region-wide lockdown in our country, she proceeded to call me in Hangouts. I didn't expect anything and didn't care much, but I was elated having a bit of power over her. So I answered and we talked.
That's stupid! You're stupid! Stop being stupid!
But I made sure not to show any emotion or interest in a friendship with her and not show much information about myself. I just kept my answers minimal and as concise as possible. She opened up the call by saying she was sorry because the breakup was messy, even though she's already said sorry many times before I even did no contact. She never apologized for the affair, though probably wants to avoid acknowledging it. I found this weird, so I just replied to her okay and said, doesn't matter to me really, because it really doesn't, and I was starting to move on. I already knew she had something else in mind when she asked whether I was seeing someone else or if I was dating a mutual acquaintance we knew. I didn't answer and even had to mute my mic just to laugh. Thankfully she didn't pry much after I refused to answer, but still seemed excited and even asked my goals and what I've been up to. So I just told her I could now play the guitar and made lots of new friends and planned to undergo LASIK surgery so I could finally wear aviator shades. I said all this in a nonchalant manner. She got excited after learning I could now play the guitar, as the guy she replaced me with was a struggling musician. I basically just implied that her new guy's one-trick pony skills are nothing special. Petty move, I know, but it gave me satisfaction. I then asked her whether her boyfriend knew she was talking to me, to which she responded, "What boyfriend?" Basically denying him, even though she just posted an Instagram story of their date back in early March. So I changed my question to whether the guy knew she was talking to me. She just said yes, but I doubt it. I kinda feel sorry for the guy now. After that, she asked whether I told my friends or any of our mutual friends if I told them about what she did to me, including her affairs. I did tell my friends. This led me to believe that she hasn't changed much since we broke up, still has narcissistic traits and cares about her image too much. I just answered, "If you two are happy together, does it matter?" End of the topic. She then asked me to unblock her on every social media. I refused and tried to cut the call short by saying, "No can do, is that all?" She answered and told me that's it. She just wanted to say sorry, though her other queries implied otherwise. She then said, "Okay, I'm going to hang up now," but didn't after a few seconds. I was thinking maybe she expected me to plead and remain talking, but I seized the initiative and hanged up first. She hasn't disturbed me since last night. I also didn't initiate any contact. It gave me a bit of anxiety, but nothing I lost sleep over, even slept well after the call. Though I did wake up confused and with intrusive thoughts the next day, thinking that maybe she was just breadcrumbing me, or she was just bored because of the cabin fever, or doesn't want me to move on, probably wants to keep me in the back burner. Either way, several weeks of no contact and new friends or prospects made me realize my worth, that I'm no one's plan B. She was probably expecting me to initiate getting back together. She got used to that in our on and off relationship, so she could put me back in her orbit, or probably even 2 times. All in all, I thought my gray rock response had been decent. Any thoughts, advice? Thanks to those who wish to discuss this. I appreciate all the help and talk I can get amidst this troubling lockdown. And now, for OP's final update. Hello everyone. Let me just say beforehand that I owe this community big time. You guys were the only ones there for me back in January during my breakup. That was the worst month of my life after my cheating ex left me for someone else. I love this community. Check my post history if you want the full story. I was a dumpster fire several months back and even contemplated suicide back then. Anyway, I left this sub when I started moving on and healing back in May, if I recall. Now I'm back for some advice and perspective. For context, my cheating ex still owes me $4,000, big deal in my country. So I asked her just recently for a follow-up on paying that debt, since we had a signed contract that she should pay before the year ends. She asked if we could talk via Hangouts, so I agreed. We talked last night. Turns out she wanted to ask for a payment date extension until next year. More than that, she gave me an update on her life situation. She lost her 2 high-paying freelance jobs due to unfortunate circumstances and is now working a barely above minimum wage 9-to-5 office job amidst a raging recession in my country. She also lost her condominium unit. It got repossessed since she couldn't pay mortgage and is now forced to live with her aunt. She lost everything she down paid on that apartment, thousands of dollars worth. On top of that, the guy she left me for was a broke musician. I think they broke up last month after some friends stalked her page and gave me that unverified speculation. Instead of feeling elated and fortunate, I ended up pitying her. It was the first time I heard her say please after she cheated on me and left. I ended up asking her whether she was depressed, to which she answered that she was, and that she was nearly at that certain point in depression. No goals, no more dreams, just living month-to-month hopping dead-end call center jobs. I was shocked. This wasn't the smart, proud girl I once loved, not anymore. I didn't want to pry deeper. My whole reaction was that of a parent scolding their irresponsible child. Asked her what the hell happened to her and why she let it happen. I even felt a bit insulted at her job choice, since I pretty much indoctrinated her into high-paying freelance jobs and never settling for less than she deserves in a job market back in our heyday. I've never heard such a defeated tone from her. I even tried cheering her up.
Oh my god!
She pretty much lost everything. All that's left are her jobless relatives trying to leech off her measly income. Breadwinner culture in this country is insane. Now here I am, losing sleep at what I thought would give me peace of mind. Several months ago and before this shit show, I would have laughed at her for having that kind of karma. Now I'm just deeply concerned. I even considered giving her some of my work to help her. I was also dead set on giving her that extension until I suddenly remembered her capacity for lying and all the pain she inflicted on me. So I hesitated and just told her that I needed to think about that extension. Trauma and trust issues are still there, I guess. I am considering the extension, and it would seem like I have no choice since she won't be able to pay on time anyway. I definitely don't want to take it to court. That's like kicking an injured person. I don't want to drive her to consider sending herself to the shadow realm because I know how that shit felt when she did it to me, and I fear that she might not be able to handle it. Did I do the right thing in telling her I'll think about it? Or was I too harsh and callous?
Everything you say to me is pissing me off.
This was not what I expected at all when I hoped she would get karmic justice served to her. I guess I still care for her despite everything she did, or at least I cared for what she once was. What do I do now? Thanks for hearing me out.
OP, stop. Stop that. Stop concerning yourself with her well-being. Stop worrying about her mental state. Stop trying to protect your cheating hoe ex. Just stop it. Cut that out, you fucking donut. It's not your circus, so it's not your monkey anymore. She needs to learn the consequences to bad choices, and if she needs to be hit by rock bottom, then let her be hit by that bloody rock bottom.
Look out! Rock bottom!
Get your money and get out. She made her bed. Let her sleep in it. Stop being a white knight, you absolute buffoon. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.